So, for those of you that are kicking the tire or are just tired, let me just do this. So there's two parts of getting a real estate license. One part is you have to complete 3 college-level courses in real estate. That doesn't mean you have to go to college. My package includes the 3 college-level courses. That part of the package is $99. The package is real estate principles, real estate practice. Those 2 are required college-level courses. You can't do anything about them. And the elective that we've chosen is real estate finance. And the reason we chose it is that there are more questions on the state exam about finance than the other electives. Plus, it's probably the most practical of the group. You're not allowed to take the final exam. The way the course works, the college-level course works, is that when you've enrolled in the course, you log into the course. That's an important thing because the clock starts ticking once you've logged in. After 18 days, 2.5 weeks has elapsed, you're eligible to take the final exam. The final exam for the course is an online final exam. You can take it at home, and it's open book. Let me repeat that. The final exam is an online, at home, open book, cheat as much as you want to final exam. Did I mention it's an open book test? You get 2.5 hours to answer 60 out of 100 questions right. 60 out of a D minus, 2.5 hours. Did I mention it's an open book test? Did I mention that? So most of you, if you understand, could pass right now. If we gave you the book, gave you 2.5 hours, you could find 60 answers in 2.5 hours and pass the final exam. You can only do one at a time. You start with real estate principles, 2.5 weeks you can take the final, then you begin real estate practice, 2.5 weeks to take the final, then you begin real estate finance, 2.5 weeks to take the final. Only then can you apply to take the state exam. Right now, for people taking it the first time, it's taking 8 weeks to get a test date. Right now it takes 8 weeks. It's going to take you 7.5 weeks to get to the college level courses, assuming you're doing it as fast as you can. And it takes about 8 weeks to get a test date. There's nothing you can do to shorten that process. All right, you understand? Because the code says you have to take that much time, and the Bureau of Real Estate gives you the test when they feel like it. One of the things people ask me, what I'm doing while you're going through those 3 college level courses is I'm teaching you how to pass the real estate exam. People will ask me, do my classes follow principles and practice and finance in any set way? And the answer is no. Then I'm asked, why not? And the answer is because these 3 college level courses are huge overlaps. Real estate principles and real estate practice are 80% the same course. I mean same chapters, same diagrams, same forms. I mean the same course, same quiz questions, same final exam questions. 80% of principles is in practices. And 60% of what's in finance is in principles and practices. You understand, this is not 3 distinct college classes. It's not like taking philosophy, biology, and astronomy, right? You understand, where none of the textbooks overlap. These are like taking 3 courses on pretty much the same subject. So I have 12 classes. They're on Wednesday nights from 6 to 8:15, broadcast on the internet. All of them are videoed and replays are available. Practice testing after each class. I'll show you how that works. Comprehensive testing after all the classes. And there's a Saturday workshop before you go take the exam. They're in a rotating format. You don't have to take them in any particular order. You can, they're independent modules. I don't assume you've been to class 1 when I do class 2 or class 2 when I do class 3. The college level course the credit comes from an affiliate of ours called Career Web School, who's on the list approved by the California Bureau of Real Estate to give the college level credit. I'm not on that list. I don't do the college level courses. I teach people how to pass the exam. And the practice testing comes from an affiliate called Real Estate Trainers. And we're going to talk about that. All right. So once let's say you're like, well, what do I do? You go to my website. Here, let me open up a different browser. You go to my website, and which is dreclass.com. And so you go to the website, and after you've enrolled, what you're going to do is click on the sign up the student login. If you want to sign up, by the way, you click on the sign up now. Might as well show you how to do that. And basically, there's two parts to enrolling. One part is for $299, which is the 12 live classes. You click on that link. You fill out the form, creating a profile, a username, and a password. My merchant account is with PayPal. That doesn't mean you could use PayPal, but you could use Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, or whatever those other two are. And when you check out, it goes to PayPal. You don't actually pay me money. You pay PayPal, and they eventually pay me money. The college level courses, you click on that link, and then that takes you to Career Web School. And when you get here, you only want the basic course for $99. You do not want the Works or the Works Deluxe. One of the problems with a lot of these companies, notice it says National and California Exam Preparation Guides. Most states have a two-tier test system where they have a national test and then they have a state test. Nevada has two tests. And when you go to Nevada and you take the national test, you could go to Texas within a year and transfer your national score. California does not use that system. So anybody who says we have a national test and the California test is not using they're not geared to the California system. The company that I use for practice testing only does California. So $99. So once you're ready to use the site, you click on Student Login, and of course it's going to be slow now. Student Login, come on. And let me find a correct one. How about this one? This is a student login. And once you log in, and by the way, people have called me up and said, I've logged in, how do I watch the class videos? I'm not kidding. People have called me up. Now, it's probably because they were looking at it like this. And they say, how do I watch the class videos? If you scroll down a little bit, watch the class videos. Right? And if you click on that link, you're going to see all the classes are here with videos and handouts. All of them are here. The math workshop, there's virtually no math questions on the state exam. It's an older workshop, I admit it. I spent like 2 hours going through math questions. I wouldn't bother. Most tests have no math questions. Some have one. Most we've had in years is a test that had two. Wow. Right? So you don't trip about the math. Watching the videos, I get a very common question is, how do I do the online testing? I've lost my login. I don't know how to do the online testing. That's RET for Real Estate Trainers, Online Practice Testing. You click on that, and what's going to happen is you're going to see the practice testing program. There's a link on how to access the practice testing. I get emails, I forgot my username or password. Your username is your email address, and your password is your last name in lowercase. If that's for some reason not working, call Real Estate Trainers at that phone number and ask them, why isn't it working? When you enrolled, we signed you up in the Real Estate Trainers practice testing. It's good for 1 year. So if it's been more than a year, you might have to pay them. You have to pay them, right, in order to get it extended. And it describes how the testing works. To show you what it looks like, I'm going to click on the link. And let me see if this is a working login. All right. So this is what it looks like when you log into the practice testing. I know it's not an elegant site, but here are all of the subject tests. Property interests, for example, is what we covered tonight. You could take that test. So you highlight one and you take the test. There are master exams, which are 6 150-question simulated state exams. Select one and take it. There's one, people will call us up and they'll say, I don't have time to go through all I want to know just the answers. Just show me the answers. I don't have time to take it. So there's one with all the answers. It would be much better for you to not pay attention to that and take the practice test as practice test. There's a simulated state exam, which is not popping up. Oh, there it is. It's a simulated state exam. And there's this fun section called Mix and Match. And when you click on it, you match. So one who deeds property to a trustee to be held as security until it is performed, that's called a trustor. A loan made without government backing is called a conventional loan. A relationship between the principal which arises out of contract, this is agency. And written instrument to have personal property, that's called a bill of sale. And the last one is the statute of limitations. Aren't you happy, hopefully, that I got them all right? Isn't that right? So this is a fun thing to do. Most questions on the state exam are definitional, and that'll give you an opportunity to practice with that. Any questions about how that works? All right, everybody got that? So if you haven't signed up, do it now. Why wait? If you have problems, send me an email.